Hello, Kartanya, Maynard. How are you?
Good. How are you, Kate?
Very good, thank you. I just wanted to say that our interview today is being held on the land of the Wurundjeri people and the Palawa people, and we wish to acknowledge them as the traditional owners and pay our respect to their elders, past, present, and emerging.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for coming today. You look beautiful.
Oh, thank you. So do you.
So congratulations on being nominated as a CGA Rising Star for 2023. So that's amazing.
Thank you.
So that's obviously all the casting directors that are in the film and TV committee discussed all of the emerging actors that we wanted to acknowledge, and you were absolutely one of them because you've had just a really great year, or a really great couple of years, I guess.
Yeah, I know it's so strange. It's felt like it's all gone so quickly, yet like I feel like I've been in the industry forever.
Yeah, interesting. So what was your big break? Like, what was your first professional show?
My first professional screen gig was Deadlock. I was very lucky for it to be Deadlock. What an amazing production to work on.
Best. Like, it was like it was just the best. Yeah.
And it was so strange. I ended up getting my agents and I auditioned for a year. And, I think I did a really good job, and I kept my spirits up and things like that. And then, but there was a part of me that it was just like, oh, is it going to happen? Is it going to happen? And then Deadlock happened. And I remember the phone call. I was at home with my housemate, and I just absolutely, when you're like trying to keep it cool on the phone because you don't want to seem like you're like chewing bed, you just want to be cool.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I know.
But I'm like running around like that scene in Flashdance.
Yeah. Yeah. You're trying to keep it composed up here, but everything else is just too exciting.
Oh yeah.
That's pretty exciting. And it was such a great role. And you and Leonie, I wanted to see you guys as a like a spin-off, have your own little spin-off on Deadlock.
Oh God, the dream. No, it was the fact that it was incredible material to work with for my first ever job, but also the amazing people I got to work with. Every single, I don't think there was one person I didn't just absolutely love on that production. And then to also have that love and care afterwards, and to be able to, coming on as a consultant as well and getting to see behind the curtain. And it was just, I know, it was like the best being thrown into the deep end of my life.
Yeah. Yeah, I often think when people's first job is that good, it's hard to ever kind of replicate that feeling again. Like, it's just so special that it was your first job. It was a great job. It was such amazing material and amazing people to work with, as you say. I mean, there are other amazing people to work with as well.
Oh no, of course. It was just,
but it was just so good.
Yeah, and it was one of those things too where, sometimes you're on set for 12 hours a day. Not once did I feel like I was working it's work, but also it's so much more than that.
Yeah.
It's this massive piece of art that you're a part of. And I've never been so happy to work long hours in my life.
Yeah. Well, that's
you're keen to get home and do your routine and go to bed.
Right.
But because it was my first job, it was in my hometown, so I didn't have to be away.
No.
And I would get home and I would be like, oh, I'm exhausted. But then also I'd be like, oh, my God, I can't wait to go back tomorrow.
Yeah. Oh, that's so good.
Or I hated weekends because I just wanted to be on set. I loved it that much.
Do you have a favourite scene or anything that favourite part of working on Deadlock? Was there anything that really stood out, like a particular?
Yeah. Well, there's a couple, for different reasons. I think my favourite scene of all was actually the hardest one to shoot, which was in episode 6. It was the scene between myself and Ali Faye, where I'm talking about my feelings on Margaret giving me, Miranda, this opportunity, but it feels really wrong. It feels really dirty, because that was inspired by, that came through my consultancy with the Kates and the production. And, I talked about every young Aboriginal person will most likely go through this experience where you're cultural community life rubs up really uncomfortably with the community and life outside of that, which is very heavily based in capitalism, and morals are regularly questioned, anything when it comes to money and things like that. And I think there is this expectation that to better yourself, you have to leave your family behind, or you have to do to better yourself, you have to go against the things that you feel are right. And it came from a situation where I was offered a gig that felt really exploitative. And I spoke with my father, who was, just someone I really looked up to when it came to cultural morals. And I knew that he would know what that feeling was, and he was able to explain it to me and tell me that that feeling isn't worth anything. If you feel that feeling, you need to get out of there and just know that you're going to be okay. This isn't the only opportunity that will come for you because you're golden.
Yes.
And it meant a lot for me to be able to contribute to that scene and to be able to do that work. And it was the first time I'd ever had to do an emotional scene on camera, which I don't think we were planning for that to happen.
Yeah,
that's why I really appreciated Gracie, because she just let me do that.
Yeah. Yeah. It was a beautiful scene. I remember that one. That really stood out.
Yeah, it was it was a lot watching it. It was a lot watching it, but I'm so glad that we did it.
Involved in it as well.
And for it to be a little piece of my dad is forever kind of, his legacy is now out there and being shared with the whole world. And that means a lot to me. But then there were other scenes that were just absolutely hilarious. Okay, so one of my final scenes, I think it was my final scene, apart from some second unit stuff, was, well, spoilers, close your ears now, was the scene where Margaret dies, was the graveyard scene. Yeah. And it was just, there were so many moving parts.
Yeah, that was a lot.
I think it was the first time I ever got to express anger. I got a lot of firsts on Deadlock. It's the first time I was able to experience anger. It was also just watching Pamela Rabe do what Pamela Rabe does.
Yeah.
Just watching her die.
Over and over again. Yeah. She's quite amazing.
She is, but also just taking out the bad guy. That was really, really fun. And I think just getting to pretty much every single one of my scenes, I was with Leonie. Yeah. Leonie was just the magic for me. That girl is just everything. She's my sister girl. And my Miranda would not have been Miranda without her Tammy.
You could tell that you two would really get along as well.
Yeah. We were just two sissy girls just having the time of our lives. Yeah. And how she survived in my little tundra down here, I don't.
So what might people not know about you? Obviously, people know about your acting and your rise that you're on at the moment with all the shows. You're on Gold Diggers, so funny, and also Heartbreak High season 2.
Yeah. I'm a musician, so I actually went and got a Bachelor of Music at the UTAS Conservatorium of Music. So went and did one of those degree thingies. I specialised in voice. I play mediocre guitar, really bad piano.
Yeah. I play terrible ukulele, but yeah, that's about it.
Oh, you get it, girl. I can't do that.
Yeah. I know. It was pretty similar to guitar, except little and much easier.
Yeah. Well, I'm thinking of picking up the ukulele just so I can take it with me on gigs, because I've noticed having a little break from music has actually reignited my passion. Yeah. And I think in acting, you can be self-critical to a point, but you are being your most vulnerable self, and sometimes you just have to let it be what it's going to be. The people who cast you, the people that are directing you, have seen something in you, and you've got to trust that. And so you just learn to kind of let it all hang out in a safe way. And it's kind of helped me get over a lot of my self-criticism that I've been really bad for my whole life. And so I've been trying to use that and just hey, maybe this song isn't crap. Maybe you can just finish that song, and then maybe you can record that song. So I'm working on that. So I'm a singer. Yeah. I play in a band called Flora. So we started it a few years ago. It's Flora with a double F, and it's Fluid Femme Luminaries offering Rhapsodic Ascension.
Stop it. That's the best name ever.
And we make up everything on the spot. So we're an improv.
Really? Oh,
yeah.
Oh my God. So what would you like? Do you have like a dream role or a dream show? Would it be like a music related show? Like you're maybe like lead singer in a band or something? Do you have
like
really
to do the next like Daisy Joan and the Six would be incredible, right? But you know what? Right now, it's probably going to change tomorrow, but right now I really want to play just a villain. I would love to play a villain. We as actors have this unique profession in which we get to explore all parts of humanity.
Yes.
And I don't know, why not try and explore all of it?
Why
Who
not?
knows? I might get there and hate it, but at least I said I did it, you know?
Yeah. That's probably all we have time for, I reckon, in this. But it's been so lovely to chat to you today, and congratulations again. I just love seeing everything that every time you pop up in something, I'm just like, oh my God, there she is again. Like Gold Diggers. That's so funny, that show.
I'm so proud of every person that worked on it. Like, I remember getting Gold Diggers and just being like, oh yeah, I'm the project. I'm so excited. And I was really, really just like this material. Yet again, I have not worked on a crap show.
Yeah,
I have worked on nothing but
such a good run.
I know.
And then Heartbreak High,
just like
Heartbreak High season 2, right? Is the oh yeah, you've done that's a pretty
I can't say much about Heartbreak High season 2, but what I will say is just what a team, what an amazing bunch of actors, directors, everyone, like writers.
Yeah.
I
heard that on Heartbreak High they have I'm not sure if this is true because I didn't work on it, but that they have a counsellor or a psychologist that works like a few days a week counselling the actors or the crew.
They do. I met her. I didn't end up utilising her services, thankfully. Like I had a really good run. But she's there, and it was comforting just to know that she was there. There are a few moments where I thought, oh, should I talk to someone? But then I have my own therapist, so I was okay. But other people who don't have that, like she would have been such a valuable resource.
Yes, but it's also hard to see someone, often when you're working 12-hour days every day, especially for crew or for main casts that are on every day, it's really hard to get an appointment to see anybody if you do need to talk.
Oh, yeah.
And
it's because that's the thing about like being on set, right? You know, it moves at a million miles a minute. And like the amount of emotions I go through in one day.
Yes.
Like it feels like a year and a day.
Yeah.
It's insane. And so if you don't have someone on call, then you may as well just forget about it because something new would have happened by the end of that day.
Yes. Yeah. I think it's really
yeah. But also as well, Gold Diggers, we had Chantel, who was one of the writers. She was a writer for episode 4. And she also was like, I forget her specific role title, but she was basically a cultural support officer. That's the way I saw it. She was my support person, and she was always checking in on us, all us black fellas, because there was a lot of us. And, you know, we were in a comedic way, but we were dealing with themes of racism and injustice and prejudice. And that can be pretty heavy for Aboriginal actors.
Even when done in a comedic way is something that there should be some support behind the scenes.
Yeah. And like, you know, it was one of those productions where I felt like I didn't need a therapist, but just to have someone there who wasn't acting and wasn't like, you know, because sometimes like I think when, you know, we as actors, we're kind of like I'll speak from my experience. Sometimes I'm a bit like a puppy. I just want to do really well. And I just like, did I do good? Did I do good? Did I do good? And sometimes you forget about yourself. Yeah. And you forget about the way things might be making you feel because you just want to get the shot. Like everyone's there just to get the shot.
Yes. Yeah.
And it was nice just having someone being like, so what'd you do this weekend? What are you doing? And bringing me down to earth.
Yes.
And only the way community can.
And it takes your head out of where you are at that moment and go like, oh, hang on, let's just get some perspective.
Hang on, let's just,
This was really fun. Thank you so much.
It was.
Okay. And congratulations. And I'll see you at the CGA Awards and we can hang out there.
And also just like, thanks for the award.
Thank you.
When Josh called me, I was on set and I was like, what? Wait, what?
Your year just keeps getting better and better. Yeah.
Thanks.
Well, congratulations. And it was lovely to talk to you today.
Lovely to talk to you. Bye, Kate.